Hello everyone, hope you are all doing well. Today I'm outdoors, not inside with AC, so it's hot outdoors. I'm on the porch and there's a fan, but it's not like AC, right? It's not air conditioning, so you don't get that cool air. But I just heard thunder too, so rain might be coming. I hope you hear me all okay, because you might end up hearing some rain sound too, which I really like. Hopefully you do too. So today I want to talk about spending time alone, but actually enjoying it, not scrolling endlessly on your phone while you're technically alone. I mean, truly being with yourself, sitting with your own energy, your own thoughts, your vibe. Now, I know this isn't always easy, right? In fact, for some people, it sounds like torture. For some people, they can't even spend any time by themselves because we're so used to being stimulated, entertained, surrounded by people, distracted, right? But here's the thing, being able to be alone and feel okay, not lonely, not empty. Being able to be alone and feel okay is actually a superpower. And I kind of want to walk you through why that is. So grab a cup of tea or go for a walk or do whatever you're doing and let's just talk. But right before we get into details, if you're new here, take a second to click on that subscribe button below so that you do not miss out on my future videos. You know what's funny? A lot of us were never taught how to spend time alone without feeling weird about it, right? Like being alone is often seen as sad or antisocial. You go to a movie by yourself and people are like, "Are you okay?" Or you go out, you go eat out solo and someone will glance at you with that look like you have been stood up. But let's flip that for a second. Okay, what if being alone is not a sign of something missing, but a sign of self-completeness? Like when you can take yourself to a movie or make a slow Sunday morning ritual just for you, or go on a solo beach walk with no agenda, that's not loneliness. That's freedom. That's presence. That's being connected to yourself without needing someone else to fill a space that maybe isn't even empty. And don't get me wrong, connection is beautiful. We are wired for it. We need community, we thrive in love, we heal in safe relationships. I'm not saying go become a monk on a mountain and never call your friends back, but I'm saying when you only feel okay in the presence of others, that's a red flag. And here is why. When you rely on other people's energy to feel happy or at peace, your well-being becomes dependent on things you can't control. Okay, more thunder. I really don't know if you're actually hearing this or not, but it's taking a while for the rain to come, it seems like. But definitely it's coming, maybe slowly, but surely. Yep. Oh, that was a louder thunder sound. Okay, so what were we saying? All right, schedules, moods, availability, life happens. So, when the noise stops, you're left with silence. And sometimes that silence is deafening. So what do? We fill it. We fill it with people, plants, noise, shows, social media, group chats, dating apps, errands, and doing everything except pausing. So pausing is actually really important. But here's the truth, no one likes to say out loud. If you're constantly filling every moment so you don't have to be with yourself, you are probably running from something. And you deserve better than that. Learning to enjoy your own time is not about being productive. It's not about turning your solitude into a hustle. It's not, I finally learned to love being alone and now I'm writing a book and learning Spanish and meal prepping perfectly every Sunday. No. It's more like I sat outside on my porch for 20 minutes with no podcast in my ears. I went for a walk without texting anyone back. Or I cooked dinner just for me and made it beautiful. I laid on the floor and listened to my breathing. Like being present with yourself, right? That kind of alone time I'm talking about. The kind that reconnects you to your inner world. That says, hey, I'm here and I am okay. Let me ask you something. Have you ever met someone who's always busy? Like they pack their schedules, they always need to be out, always around people, constantly planning the next thing. Now, from the outside, it might look fun, lively, social, but if you sit down and actually talk to them, they are often the ones who say stuff like, I feel so tired all the time. I don't even know what I really want. I can't stop overthinking unless I'm doing something. It's like they're allergic to stillness. But the thing is, busyness is not peace. Again, busyness is not peace. Being busy does not mean that you are actually having peaceful time and you're feeling peace. No. Being constantly stimulated is not the same thing as being truly fulfilled. Oh, that was a big thunder and actually like some lightning. Wow. Okay, so here's the shift. Instead of avoiding solitude, what if you befriend it? Here's a tiny practice you could try. I call it Solo Sundays, but it could be any day. It doesn't always have to be Sunday. But the idea is this: at least once a week, spend a few hours completely by yourself, intentionally. No phone, no plans, no one to impress, just you. And at first, it might be uncomfortable. You might be like, should I be doing something? This feels unproductive. But slowly, it might become something you crave for. And trust me, it usually happens. It will become the safe space where you can hear your own voice again. So you reconnect with what you want, not what the world wants you to want. When people do this, something shifts. Some people become less reactive, some stop seeking constant validation, and they stop trying to prove their worth through being busy or needed or liked. When you just start existing authentically, when you show up in relationships or social settings, you might notice that you're not performing anymore. And that's a good feeling, right? Here's this idea we don't talk about enough. When you are full from within, you don't take scraps from the outside. You don't chase people who don't see you. You don't need to be liked by everyone. You don't bend yourself into shapes to fit into rooms you have outgrown, because your own company already feels like home. And honestly, that's the kind of peace no one can take from you. So if you're someone who has been feeling like you can't slow down, or you notice you always need people around to feel okay, or even if you just feel weird doing things alone, let this be your gentle reminder. You're allowed to take space. You're allowed to turn down plans because you need to reconnect. You're allowed to take a walk alone without feeling like a weirdo. You're allowed to go to a restaurant, sit at a table, and savor your food all by yourself and still be whole. Because here's what is wild. When you get good at being alone, you actually become better at being with others. Let me say it again. When you get good at being alone, you actually become better at being with others. Why? Because you're not clinging. You're not drained. You're not showing up half full. You're showing up as someone who knows themselves, like themselves, and has nothing to prove. So it's raining right now a little bit. I don't know if you hear it. It's nice. So if today you are alone, maybe even feeling lonely, let me remind you, this space is not empty. It's sacred. It's where you build the kind of foundation that isn't shaken by who shows up or who leaves. You're not behind. You're not weird. You're not broken for needing space. You're healing. You're growing. You're learning the art of being enough just as you are. And that is powerful. Alright friend, thanks for spending this little pocket of time with me. I hope you take yourself on a solo coffee date this week or do something just for you. Quiet, slow, no pressure, and just you being you. And trust me, that version of you is more than enough. Okay, so send this video to someone who needs to hear it or save it for the next time you need to hear it. Also, don't forget to give the video a like and let me know what your thoughts are below in the comments section. I really enjoy this rain. I will go and enjoy this rain right now, and I hope you're really enjoying your day and having a great day wherever you're at. Talk soon.